So when I got this car, it had headlight tint and some vinyl eyebrows on, made of some rubbish carbon fibre. As you can see, we've ripped the tint off and this is what we're left with. Absolutely disgusting. I was going to sand this down and polish them, but I didn't have a spare day or two, so I just thought I'd buy some new lights, get them fitted, and do a video changing these headlights over. So welcome back to the channel, guys. Daily Drivers UK back again with a Ford Focus ST 225 from 2006. And in today's video, we're going to swap the headlights out for some nice shiny new ones. Quite a simple process. All we need is a big screwdriver, flathead or a Phillips, and a pair of long nose pliers is what I used. Let's get into it. First job is unscrew these two screws, one in each light, on the top, just on the clip. Once these bad boys are out, we can go ahead and just pull the lights forward, give them a little wiggle and pull them forward. The whole headlight will pop out and unclip the electrical connector. It really is that simple. Now, for the purpose of the video, we are just going to do one headlight and then just repeat the process for the second light. They're both exactly the same, so you shouldn't have any problems here, just to keep the video as short as possible for you guys. Here's the new one, wrapped in cling film, all nice and shiny, black in the background with the chrome lights and the indicator on the side, all nice and clean and fresh, beautiful. Turn the light around, get to the back, there's a little tiny Phillips screw in the top, just holding on this plastic cover to keep the moisture out. So we unscrew that. Some of the lights don't have this little screw, some of them do, so we do, so we just whip it out real quick. Once that's out of the way, we can move on to these little clips. There's 4, 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom. Mine's are already loose because I loosened them up, but you just push them down and release this black plastic cover. Easy. Now we just identify which holes for what. So this one's your first one, indicator. Second one here is for your main beam headlights. Third one here is for your high beam headlights. And this one I found a little bit fiddly and tricky. This one up here is for your side lights. I mean, it's tucked away in the corner. This is where I had to use long nose pliers to get it in and out. It is a little bit fiddly, this one. The colours may vary, but we've got brown and grey for the side lights, yellow for your high beam. This one here, this main plug, is for your normal headlight. And this little colourful one here, red and black, with this tiny white plug on it, goes onto the adjuster. Make your headlights move up and down. So now it's just a case of taking everything from the old light and putting it inside the new light. Simple, right? We'll just start working our way down. First, indicator. Quickly unscrew. Quite simple. Orange bulb. Stick it in the new light. Job's a good one. One down. Next is the fiddliest one in my opinion. We're going to go for the side light. So grab them long nose pliers that I spoke about before, and give this just a little gentle nip and a little turn counterclockwise, quarter of a turn, half a turn, and out she pops. It's just a little fiddly to get in with your fingers, so I do advise just using those long nose to make life a lot easier. Pop the bulb out, move it over to the new one, same thing again, use the long nose pliers to loosen it, pop it out and stick the bulb in the slot. This one was a little tight to get in, but tight is good. It means it's not going to wobble around. On the road you see these little side lights flickering about, and that to me is annoying, so tight is good. Slot it back in the slot, a little quarter turn with the long nose, and onto the next one, nice and secure. Next we hit the high beam bulb, so this is just as simple as unclip the clip. It's nice and easy, this one, little wire clip here. Just unclip it, move it across to the side and slide the bulb out. Nice and easy, there's the high beam bulb right there. Unplug the electrical connector, try not to touch the bulb with your fingers, always try to hold it with the metal part rather than the glass part. And plug it into the new one, yellow wire, simple as that. Plug it in and reconnect it back to the high beam socket. So just unclip the clip like on the other side, slide the bulb in, be careful not to scratch it off the metal because that's not very nice, it makes a horrible noise and I don't want to damage the bulb at all. And this one turned out to be quite fiddly as well. There's little dimples in the light and there's little raised bits in the bulb, so I found it easier to unplug the electrical connection, put the bulb in place and then connect the connector. It just made life a lot easier. Now we're on to the main headlight, and mine's might be a little bit different to yours because we have the HID Xenon LED upgrade, but it's quite straightforward. If not, I guess it's just a bulb, a clip, unclip it, put it in, but I have the Xenon upgrade, so we have to unplug the electrical connector, quarter of a turn left on the HID LED, and out she pops. Simple as that, just a little turn and out she comes. Now inside these, because I've got the HID kit, there's these little black circles, and these are quite important. Instead of the metal clip holding in the bulb, the metal clip actually holds in this little black circle, and the little black circle will hold in the bulb. So we just need to transfer these little black circles from the old lights into the new lights. As you can see, for demonstration purposes, we just slot the bulb into the black circle, quarter of a turn, and it locks it into place. Nice and tight, nice and secure, no wobbling around. So on the new light, we just move the metal clips to the side like any other bulb change, get that across, and then we put the little black circle inside the light. There is a right way and a wrong way. This is the wrong way. This is the right way. Sits nice and comfortable in there. There is a little groove at the top, so it's a perfect, nice, tight fit. As you can see, the little groove at the top there has got a fit in, so it's nice and comfortable, seated correctly, and then the little clip holds the black plastic circle nice and tight in place. Now we're about halfway through the video, so if you like what we're doing here and you want to stay up to date with future videos, please feel free to hit that like and that subscribe. It's a little thing for you to do which makes a massive difference to me, and there is so much more content on the way. I have more parts on order for this car and many other cars, and in the next video we're going to be changing all the coolant hoses for silicone ones underneath the hoods. We had a coolant pipe split the other day, so we're upgrading to blue silicone hoses, so we're going to be emptying all the coolant as well, flushing it all through and refitting all the coolant pipes. So stay tuned, my guys, appreciate that, thank you. Let's get back to the video. As you can see, we just shoved in that headlight bulb, turned it quarter turn right, put the electrical connector on and then took the wires out of the way. Now we're onto the headlight adjuster, this little tiny white plug right here into this little motor right here. It just comes out of a little turn to the right hand side and a little gentle pull, and it should just pop out. There is like a little ball and socket joint in there. It can be quite fiddly, so just take your time. I used my left thumb here in my other hand to tilt the headlight up in order to slot it out. It just made the angle a lot easier and it did just pop out. There we go. As you can see, the little ball on the end, and inside the headlight through this little hole you can see a little socket that it goes into, that little thing right there. So it is easy with your left hand just to pull the headlight up with your thumb. It brings that joint closer to the surface and then it's easy just to pop out, but it can be a little bit fiddly. Just take your time. You do not want to break these are quite important. If your headlight's not tilting right, this is what tilts it up and down. If your headlight alignment's out for your MOT, this is the bit that they will use to adjust it. This is the new one on the new light, this little white one here, so we need to get this motor connected into there. So again, I'm using my left hand with my thumb just to tilt the headlight back a little bit, which brings that connection closer to the surface so it's easy to slot the motor in. So just take your time with this one. The last thing you want to do is break it, so just take your time, pull that up with your left hand, slot the ball into the socket joint, set it back down, push it forward, and then click it anti-clockwise to 90 degrees to the left. Then we've got this little annoying white connector, which is a bit of a pain to get in as well. You might need to use the long nose if you've got big hands like me. Get this one in nice and secure, nice and tight, being gentle not to break it. And then we are pretty much done, ladies and gentlemen. So let's have a little recap of what we've done. There's the indicator bulb right there, complete. Main beam right there, done. Motor for the adjustment, done. High beam light bulb, there. High beam light done, and the little side light tucked away in the corner up here, all nice and snug. Done. Now all that's left to do is to put the black plastic cover back on, so we just slot that on, clip up the four corners, two at the top, two at the bottom, and then put in that little Phillips screw that we took out at the start of the video just to secure it into place. Screw that in nice and snug, job done. And there we have it, one completely rewired, rebulbed, reconnected headlight, one empty naked one, one nice clean fresh brand new one. So we're going to go outside and put this on the car. Once we've taken off this cling film protective wrap, a little bit satisfying that was. And as you can see, here's a quick before and after, the side-by-side video of what they look like, the difference. I mean, look how crystal clear that is. To me, that is stunning. Look at the difference. And this is not the worst one. The other side was worse. This is the passenger side. The driver's side was much worse. And here we are outside in the sunlight having a look at the after video. I mean, it just changes the whole front end of the car. It looks so much better. Ignore the stone chips. We might get around to repainting the front bumper at some point, so stay tuned. But what a difference. I'm really impressed on what a difference this makes to the look of the front of the car. So much cleaner. Them lights are crystal clear. They look so good. We'll put some photos here of before and afters, and we'll also try and get a video of it with the lights on so you can see the difference. Nice. Wow. I mean, just look at the difference. Absolutely incredible. So overall, very happy. Not a bad job to do, not difficult at all. Couple of £100 spent and it's transformed the whole look of the car. Swapped out them yellow side light balls for some nice white ones to match the xenons. Got rid of all the horrible tint. Appreciate your time and thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video when we change all the coolant hoses over for silicone hoses. So stay tuned, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks very much, guys.